Hey, this is Troy from Playtime Engineering, and in this video, I'm going to show you some of the new features of Rev 2.0 firmware. This is a free firmware update that's available to all myTRACKS owners. That's available at blipblocks.com. So we really encourage you to get this new firmware in your device. It has some good new features and also has some bug fixes. So let's talk about some of these features. The features we've put in this new firmware are really made to help creators get their own set data into the myTRACKS. So this includes notes that you can play here on the play pads, and then also the different sequences that are. It helps you put new sequences into your device. So let's look at some of these new features and how they can help you. So the first feature is it lets you specify where your next clip will be recorded. So in previous versions, or by default, when you record a new clip, let's go ahead and try it. We're gonna So when you record that clip, it will always be placed basically in the first slot here. So when you record new clips, let's try it again on the same track. So here it was placed on the first row. Record again here. So if we look at where this was placed, now that clip was put basically in the next row. And by default, it's just going to keep going down the rows, and it gets to the bottom and it will repeat. So the problem with that is that it did make it hard to get to a specific clip. But now we have a feature where basically, if you want to record on a specific row of a track, you can hold down the freak button, and just while holding down the freak button, hit the slot that you want the new track to be recorded in, and that's where it will go. So as we see here, we'll hold down freak, hit number 1, and then let's record a new clip. As we can see, now that clip was dropped here in the first row. We'll try it again on another track. So we'll hit freak. Let's say we want to record put a new clip right here. So we will hit record. Stop recording, and we'll go into the clip mode, and we'll see that new clip's been dropped there. So that's sort of handy for basically getting new clips into specific spots. The next feature uses the MIDI in coming in over USB. So as you know, the myTRACKS has a 5-pin MIDI out port, but to get notes into it, you can use the USB connection. So here we have Ableton Live, and with Ableton Live, we can basically send notes into the myTRACKS. So let's go ahead. We have the myTRACKS here. Selected as the instrument out. We have it going out to channel 1. So we just dropped a note here, and you can hear it basically being played by the myTRACKS. So let's say we, by default in note mode, we have these notes here, and that's always been sort of locked in before. You couldn't really change those notes, but this new feature will allow you to change it. So let's say we want now these 5 notes to go in to the myTRACKS. So this is just, there's so many different ways you can send notes into the myTRACKS. You can use really all sorts of different software. We're just using Ableton Live because it's pretty common, it's pretty easy. So here we have 5 notes, and let's say we want to put those notes onto track 1 here. So we have the note selected, we have channel 1 selected, and we're just going to hold down the freak key, and we're going to hit the instrument button of the track that we want to reassign those notes. You saw the little purple downward glow there of all the tracks. So that means it's ready to receive these new notes. So we're just going to play this clip now. When I turn everything off here on live, and we're going to play these notes. So as you saw, as those notes go in, the notes, the pads light up showing they've received the new notes. So now we have reassigned those notes on track 1. Remember, this is sort of temporary, so if you want to keep those, you hold down the load set button to basically save those notes into your set. So here we have the blue set. We can do the same thing on another track. So let's adjust these notes slightly just for some variation. And this time you're going to send it into track 2. So we can just play it here as a reference. And what we'll do now is just, again, hold the freak button and hit track 2. You'll see that little purple thing went down, showing that it's ready to receive. And then we'll just hit play here. So now we've reassigned these the notes on this track to the notes that we sent in. So this is pretty fun because now you can start using these notes to record your own clips. So let's go ahead and try that. We'll hit record here. So that's a good way to basically get all new notes. You can do different keys on your myTRACKS. So this should be pretty handy for getting some new material into the myTRACKS. The third feature that's available in this new firmware is the ability to record notes coming in off the USB-MIDI into the myTRACKS into clips. You couldn't do this before, and this is a really nice feature. I'm going to show you how to do this using Ableton Live. You can do this with just about any DAW, but I'm just going to show you one on Ableton Live because it's one of the most common ones. So here we have some clips in Ableton Live, some melodies. We can just play them here. So we're going to play this track 1 here into the myTRACKS. We have another one here on track 2. So let's say we want to get these clips, these sequences that we have in Ableton Live into a set of the myTRACKS. So the best way to do this is to sync your DAW, sync Ableton Live with the myTRACKS. So how do we do that? First, we're going to go to the Live Preferences, and we're going to go to the Settings here. And here we see the myTRACKS. We want to make sure this sync button here is enabled. This means that the Ableton Live will tempo sync to the myTRACKS. Make sure this MIDI clock sync here is set to 0. And you should be all set. We're going to close that. And then up here in the corner, we have this external button. So we click this external button. And now these clips will only play when you start the myTRACKS. And the last thing you'll need to do is activate the MIDI sync out of the myTRACKS. So to do that, we can take a quick look at the instruction manual on the myTRACKS, and we'll see here that this configuration button here is the send MIDI clock. By default, this is turned off, so we're going to want to turn it on. So let's turn the myTRACKS off. We're going to hold the mode button, get us in the configuration mode. And the default is the blue, where the MIDI sync is not turned on. We'll hit that, turn it green. Now the MIDI sync is on. We'll get that saved and committed. Okay, we're all good, saved. Now we'll turn it back on. So now the myTRACKS will send the MIDI clock. So we will turn on the external button here on Live. We'll hit the play button, and now it's just going to wait for you to start it on the myTRACKS. So now we have Ableton Live perfectly synced to the myTRACKS. You'll see as you turn your tempo down, it changes the tempo of the Ableton Live. So to do this now, we're just about there. So all we really have to do now is just hit record, and these notes that are in Live will go into the myTRACKS. Let's give it a try. So we'll go ahead and stop that, and we'll turn the sync off on Live. We'll hit the mode button. We'll see a clip has been created here. We'll hit play. So now we've basically imported this sequence into the myTRACKS. So that's pretty fun. We'll turn that one off. Let's do here on track 2. We'll turn off track 1, turn on track 2. Little preview there. Let's turn this off. Again, hit the external and the external sync on that, and we will just hit record here on the myTRACKS. So we will stop. We'll stop this here, turn off the sync, and we'll see that a new clip has been created here on channel 2. So now we have that that clip that we added. So we can also get them both together here. So you could just keep doing this and basically get all these different sequences into your myTRACKS. Just remember that you will want to save the set once you've added these new sequences. And also just remember, once you add a sequence, the notes that in note mode, these aren't going to really line up anymore because you've recorded a new sequence into it. But a real quick and dirty way to get fresh notes to match your sequence is to do what we did before, where we hold down the freak button, hit the instrument button. So now it's going to wait to hear notes on incoming on that first track. So let's give it a try here. So now we have notes here, and they basically match with the pattern now. It kind of makes more sense if you go here to start the. So we know that the sequence on track 2 there is in tune with it. So there you have it. There's some new features to basically get some new notes and new melodies into your myTRACKS from a DAW, and we think that this could be pretty fun. So if you have any questions, give us an email at info@blipblocks.com. Again, this is a free upgrade to all myTRACKS users, available at blipblocks.com.